Hey, Uncle Mark in the mothership, 3-string cigar box guitar. This is George Thorogood, and this is one bourbon, one scotch, and one beer, or AKA the House Rent Blues. This is, in its simplicity, a John Lee Hooker tune. John Lee Hooker wrote one bourbon, one scotch, and one beer. Lots of George Thorogood stuff is taken, directly lifted from John Lee Hooker. So if you get that John Lee Hooker groove, then you've got this entire song. This is a one-chord song until you get to the point where it's one bourbon, one scotch, and one beer, and that's it. It's a one-chord song, and it's in E. So this is part one. This is for the fretted cigar box guitar. So here we go. I'm going to go through the first verse. I do have a companion video for this, so take a look at that, and I'll put it in the links in the show notes here. So here we go. I want to tell you a story about the House Rent Blues. I come home on Friday. I had to tell the landlady I done lost my job. She said, that don't confront me, as long as I get my money next Friday. Now next Friday coming, I don't have the rent. Out the door I went. That's the whole song. So let's see what we've got going on here. G, D, G, 42, 34, 24. Those are my gauges. These are wound electric. I'm playing through a Roland Mini Cube, and I'll show you those settings at the end of the video. So in its simplicity, this is a one-chord song played here on the 9th fret. It's in E. So G open, G sharp, A, B flat, B, C, C sharp, D, D sharp, and E. You could literally sit here and play this whole song with one finger and go. But it looks like a lot's going on here with this one finger song. So what's happening is I'm using a couple of techniques. Both of them tend to do with palm muting on both hands. So with my right hand, I am doing what's called palm muting, right hand palm muting. I'm coming down with my whole palm and coming up open. So this is the vibe that this song has. Down, up. Put our finger on E. Now, there's something else I like to do here is I lift my finger off. I lift my finger off when I'm coming down, and I press on it when I'm coming up. So there's a lot going on here. So if you just sit with your finger on that 9th fret, on that E chord, you got this song. If you're a little more advanced and you're good with motion in both hands, that's really cool, and that is a great way to do this. But you got to get the vibe. And it's that up motion and the down karate chop stop. And that's going to be the hardest for you beginners to get. For you advanced players, this is a piece of cake. But for you beginners out there, this is not an easy move, and it's a John Lee Hooker move. And it's just what he does, and it's that great vibe. You can do a... You feel like doing something like that? Totally cool. Okay? But there is another way to play an E chord as opposed to this 9th fret bar. you can play it down here. This shape is B, E, B, or 4, 2, 4, if you count the frets. This shape allows you to do a couple of things. It allows you to go from here, A, B, open to E. It allows you to go A, B, to that open G. So, trick number 1 is to get this shape. 4, 2, 4. Trick number 2 is to come up from A to E. So it's a hammer on. So just take a look at my pick here. It's right here. This side. I'm going to hammer on from A to B here. 2nd fret to 4th fret. And then I'm already, if you notice, on that D string. And I'm going to come to that E. And since I am moving in this direction across the strings, trick number 3. So I am here on that G sharp. So hammer on A to B, hammer on D to E, hammer on G to G sharp, and then just come back to that E. Now, you can play around with this whole little scenario here and do a... And it's like a circular way to play around. So you come from A to B, you come from D to E, you come from G to A, you come from G to G sharp. You're just fooling around with this shape. And if you start hearing some doors, you can... So if you start hearing the doors in there, just remember this is all of these little tricks in here. Trick number 4 is this E7. So there's E, E7. Or whole chord E7. And that is just 9, 9, 7. Or just 9, 7. I do that is I go down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. You can do little, practice those little things, and it's really, really fun. So that's what you're doing, is you're riffing on lyrics, and you're riffing on this little thing, and you can do it any which way you want. So goes the landlady, I said, you let me slide, I have to rent tomorrow. Or the next day, I don't know. Right? So you're just riffing around in any way you want. You are just kind of fooling around. So if you feel like just sitting here and playing it, it's awesome and it's cool. So there's a point in the song where it's 1 bourbon, E, 1 bourbon, 1 Scotch, B, 1 beer. Okay, so all that is E on, say, 9th fret, bourbon, 1 4th fret B, Scotch, 1 B. For you advanced people, you can do a, right? And what that is a turnaround move where we're on E, okay? And we are there on D, so it's E and D. Then it's C sharp and E. It's C and E. And then it's B. So that's what it looks like in real time. Or B7, because we know 4/4/2 is a B7. But you know, you really don't have to do any of this stuff except sit on. I don't believe you're trying to find no job. It's the vibe, rhythm, and lyrical push, okay? So just talk this song through until you get to 1 bourbon, 1 Scotch, 1 beer. Well, I ain't seen my baby since I don't know when. Been drinking bourbon, Scotch, and gin. I wanna get high, man, I wanna get loose. Give me a triple shot of that juice. Gotta listen to me. I don't want 1 drink, I just need 3. You know the song, right? So the idea is to get yourself a big fat lyric sheet like I did, study the words, and just keep working at it. It does have a pattern, and once you connect the pattern, you're doing okay. You know, it's the house rent blues beginning. Then it's will you let me slide? And then it's I don't believe you're got no job. And then I'm on the streets and my friend says you're funny too. So you got to remember how the song works and remember it as sections, and then just play with it and just riff on it. This is a totally cool song to just sit here and riff. But it's the rhythm, the vibe, and the enunciation of the words. And if you get it wrong, like I do a lot, don't worry about it. No one really cares. The vibe is just good enough. And if you just feel like listening to the original John Lee Hooker, 1 bourbon, 1 Scotch, and 1 beer, that'll really help you with that section. You know, the 1 bourbon, 1 Scotch, and 1 beer. And I like running around on that bass string. That's just me. I kind of like that kind of thing. This is Uncle Mark in the Mothership. Thank you so much for everything you do for me. I'm sorry it's taken so long to get this video out. Had lots of requests and trying to fill them all, and just thank you so much for your patience. And I do have a PayPal link here down below. It's a paypal.me/Uncle Mark Tips. $1 a show is all we ask. Really, thank you so much. And I said I would show you these settings. And so it's not that far out of what I normally do. I'm on that Brit combo. My gain is set at 12 o'clock. My tone is at about 3/4. And as you can see, my reverb is almost nothing. So that gives you an idea of what's going on. Again, thank you so much for everything you do for me. I really do appreciate it. Thanks so much.